this Arthurian legend, like obviously this is the first time we're really seeing it from the Lady of the Lake perspective, but in general, we've seen so many adaptations like this. Why do you think it's a story that we just want to keep going back to and telling in different ways?
Yeah, Jacqueline, it's really interesting because it's a story that has kind of generationally just kind of been told over and over and over again. There's something that people obviously really respond to in this. And maybe it's this kind of, these characters, these love triangles, these sense of kind of right and wrong, the Knights of the Round Table, this idea that people like know what's going on, and are fighting for justice, or, fighting for these things. And that there's some kind of sense that people across all ages and across all generations seem to kind of respond to this story. And I was, having read versions of it, I am kind of quite interested. I think it's just very interesting character storytelling at the end of the day. They're kind of intriguing, mythical characters that obviously represent something in all of us that we kind of relate to somewhere.
Yeah, it's been like a common theme when folks are talking about it, is just this idea of like being special and plucked from obscurity, and they all kind of have that. Yeah. Do you have a favorite take on it? Maybe Sword in the Stone, maybe Monty Python?
Yeah, well, my I'm a Brit, so Monty Python was my understanding of this it's only a flesh wound kind of thing. I remember watching Excalibur as a kid and just thinking, this is the weirdest, most bizarre, most kind of intriguing version of this story. It seemed like a kind of, but I think you're right. Like there's something about being chosen and a sword only coming out if it's you, there's this sense that like we all want to believe that there is something that only we can do. So I think in this story, people kind of tell it a lot of different ways, but Monty Python is definitely up there for me, of the version of this story that I had first seen.
Yeah, and it shouts out the Lady of the Lake in that one, which
certainly does.
Yes, those view does. Also, obviously, all of you, but especially the Weeping, y'all had a lot of like horse fighting, sword fighting. Yeah. Talk about getting physically prepared for this one, because I know talking to Catherine, she said it was a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if Catherine told you, but we kind of all ended up on this farm in the middle of England, learning to kind of fight and do horse riding and stunts. And I can't think of a better way to get actors to kind of get better at a thing than to put other actors doing the same thing and getting better at it in front of your very eyes, so that you kind of have this competitive edge of kind of, oh, okay, right. Devon's, he's benching that and he's doing those. Okay, right, I got to go and do it. So that was part of it. And then for me, part of it was doing a lot of works that kind of on my own, and in terms of movement and doing things that I felt that would inform the character, especially in his ability to move. So taking ballet classes, and I took a foraging class. I went up to Scotland to take this foraging class where I learned to like live on, berries and nuts and things like that. Just things that I felt like would be a way of telling his story, because he doesn't say a lot, but that his movement and the way he interacts with nature would be an important part of this arc. So those were the things that I kind of wanted to focus on.
Come on, man, blood. The horses. This is our only chance of survival.